New research from a Harvard professor shows defunding police would lead to a dramatic spike in crime and could be devastating to the black community. Here's One America's Pearson Sharp.
While the mainstream media and Black Lives Matter are calling for police to be defunded, new data shows police are actually responsible for saving thousands of black lives every year. African-American Harvard professor Roland Fryer recently published research which suggests that by defunding police, it could have devastating results on black communities across the nation and could even cost thousands of black lives. According to his findings, homicides spiked dramatically following deadly police encounters that went viral, such as Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014, or Freddie Gray in Baltimore, Maryland a year later. The data showed that after such incidents, police in those areas removed themselves from the public eye, meaning they were less of an active presence on the streets over fears of intense scrutiny. As a result, Fryer found that during the diminished police presence, homicide and total crime both went up considerably. He explained that police don't just stop doing their jobs, but they become more withdrawn and less proactive in their interactions with civilians. Fryer said the reduced police presence was likely responsible for up to 450 excess homicides every year, roughly twice the loss of life for active-duty military personnel. In Chicago, for instance, police-civilian interaction dropped by 90% after an investigation was announced over the shooting death of Laquan McDonald in 2014. And in Baltimore, it dropped to nearly zero. Fryer's research shows these drops resulted in roughly 1,000 more lives being lost to homicides, most of them black. But cases of so-called police brutality continue being overblown by the media. For example, in 2019, there were some 10 million arrests in the United States. Police were involved in 1,000 fatal shootings, and 96% of those killed were attacking the police. 41 of them were unarmed, and just 9 of those were black. Meanwhile, in the same year, 89 police officers died in the line of duty. To put that in context, over 99.9998% of arrests were nonviolent and did not result in a fatal shooting. But that number never gets reported. Instead, the hyperpartisan media blasts out sensational, one-sided stories that cover up the truth. Even with all the biased coverage, a recent poll found 64% of Americans still oppose defunding our police. But if extremist groups like Black Lives Matter get their wish and police are disbanded across the nation, it seems likely more bloodshed will follow. And sadly, data shows it may be members of the black community themselves who could suffer the most. Pearson Sharp, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.